In this class we are going to understand about parameterized methods. Okay, what do you mean by this parameterized methods? Okay, so methods can take values or arguments from method call. Therefore methods can be defined with the parameters. Okay, let us take the syntax. The syntax is return type, method name, and here we can define the parameters. Okay, the parameters is type, para1, type, para2, like this. Any number of parameters you can define and you can write the code of the method. And while calling the method, let's say that I am calling the method name. While calling the method, you can pass arguments here. Okay, you can pass argument 1 comma argument 2, like this. What are arguments? Arguments can be values, like values, or it may be what, variables. Okay, so this first argument value will be passed to the first parameter and second argument value will be passed to the second parameter. So like this we can pass arguments from method call to called method. Therefore the called method can be defined with the parameters. Okay, let us see the example over here, right? Let us take an example. In the last class we have written this program, that is what, default methods, add method and what, square method. Therefore now we are going to understand how can we do using parameters. Okay, now not a default method but a parameterized methods. Okay, let us say that now this add method can take two numbers, integer x comma integer y. Okay, so add is a method that takes two numbers and it will do the addition. Okay, therefore to this add method I am going to pass two values. Therefore here the two parameters I have written. Now this complete logic is not required, just we can write integer z is equal to x plus y. I can write directly like this. Okay, so this is what, how I'm modifying. See, the addition is equal to what, z. That's it, finished. Okay, and one more parameterized method for square I am writing. Okay, so let me first of all finish this particular square method also. Square method, to the square method how many parameters we have to define? Means first of all we have to know that how many values that we want to pass to the square. So we want to calculate square of a number, only one number square. Therefore we have to pass only one number. Therefore integer n. Okay, integer n. So to the square I am passing only one method, one number. Therefore I am defining the square with what, one parameter. Okay, so therefore now there is no need to write this particular thing, just we have to create a square variable. No need to read the value because we are taking the value, okay, in this method. Okay, that's it. So add method is taking two values, it is doing the addition and it's printing on the monitor. Similarly square method takes one number into n, it will calculate the square and it will print on the monitor. Okay, like this. Therefore now while calling I have to pass the values. So only one time I am going to call. See, I am going to pass constant. See, okay, passing constants. Okay, constants to methods. Okay, so how to pass the constants? This addition method takes how many integer values? Two integer values. Therefore I am going to pass 10 comma 20. Okay, similarly square method takes how many values? One integer value. Therefore here I am going to pass 5. Okay, 5. This is what happens here. It is, that's it, finished. Is it okay now? So therefore what happens here, it is 10 is passed, 10 and 20 are passed to, see, first of all add is a method that is called, to that 10 and 20 are passed to x and y parameters, and will do the addition, stores into the z and prints on the monitor. Similarly again square method is called, while calling it is passing 5. 5 is passed to the n parameter and will calculate the square, prints on the monitor. Okay, so therefore let me run the program, save and run the program, and you'll get the answer. Add is equal 30, square is equal 25. Is okay? So this is how you can pass okay, pass arguments. These are called as arguments. Okay, so what I mean to say here, it is arguments can be, what are arguments? Say, let's say that arguments can be constants. Okay, constants are variables. It can be variables also. Okay, so let's say that how can I take variables? Let me say that I can also write integer a comma b. Okay, a comma b, and I also take n variable, right? So addition of these two numbers and square of this n value we have to calculate. For this, what I'm going to do is I read value from keyboard. So scanner kb is equal to, okay, kb is equal to new of scanner of system.in. Okay, fine. This is, now I am going to ask the user sysout. Okay, sysout, I am going to ask enter two numbers. Okay, enter a comma b, otherwise small. Okay, enter a comma b, right. Therefore I read the value a is equal to kb dot next int. Okay, similarly I am going to now read the value for, okay, read the value for, okay, this is what b, right, b. Then similarly I also read the value for n. Okay, here also I read the value for n. So enter n, and here it is what n is equal to this particular thing. Okay, fine. Now what I do is, after reading the values into a and b, now I am going to call the method add of, I can pass like this a comma b. Okay, like this variables I can pass. After reading the n value, I can call square method, and to which I can pass n. Okay, so this is allowed. Let me okay, right, this is what happens with it. So let me remove this extra spaces. Okay, let me remove this extra spaces. Right, now let me decrease the font size also, because it is okay, so that we can see the complete program, right. So if you observe carefully here, I am reading the value for a, reading the value for b. That a and b values are passed to what? Add method. So a value will be passed a, and b values are passed to what? X and y. It will calculate and will print on the monitor. Okay. Similarly, here it reads the value for n, and to the square method it is passing n value. So n value will be passed to n, and it will calculate and it will print on the monitor. Okay. So one thing that you know, let me run the program please first of all. Okay, see, you got asking a and b values. Okay, so I am giving a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. Not, I will give different values. A is equal to 12, b is equal to like 23, right? 23. Press enter. Okay, add is equal 35. Okay, it's asking, and let me say that 6. I am going to give the n value and press enter. That is what 36. I got it. Okay, so this is how either you can pass constants like this, or you can pass what, like variables. Okay, or combination of like this, one variable, one constant also we can pass. In any order we can pass, there is no issue. Okay, fine. But remember please, the number of parameters, this number of parameters of the method and the number of arguments that you are passing should be equal, and the data type also, should be same. So as integer is x, here also we have to pass x variable. Okay, right, like that. And this is what parameterized method. So this is what we call as parameterized method. So a method with okay, like this parameters is called as what? Parameterized methods. To this parameterized methods, we should pass arguments from method calls, and these arguments can be either variables or they can be what? Constants. Is it okay? Right, fine. So let me copy paste this particular program. Okay, here I am going to make a program. Okay, program. So this is a program that I am copy paste here. So this is what the program is, actual program it is, right? Now let me give you another example. Okay, another example. What is that example is? I would like to calculate area of a triangle, using parameterized methods. Okay, area of a triangle, please. So we have to understand actually how this particular programs you can write. Okay, so the scanner, let me make it the same, right? Scanner, let me say, in the same program only I am going to explain here, right? Now I have to calculate, I have to write a method. Okay, method to calculate, I mean to say is, okay, method to calculate area of triangle. Okay, area of a triangle. So how can we write that method? Okay, public static void. Okay, void. What's the method name? I am going to write is triangle. Let's say that this is the method actually. Okay, now this method should take how many values? Okay, how many values it should take to calculate area of a triangle? So to calculate area of a triangle, it requires base and height. It requires base and height. Therefore, this triangle method should take what? Base and height. Therefore, we have to create what? This base variable and double height variable. Okay, so this triangle method should be defined with two parameters. Okay, means this triangle can take base and height values. Now it is going to calculate area. So I can say double area is equal to half into base into height. Okay, right. Therefore, I am going to print on the monitor sys out. What is that is area. Okay, area is equal to, okay, let's say area is equal to plus what area. This is what happens with it, right? Now what I do here, it is one thing that I can pass constants, okay, like triangle is equal to, let's say 2.3 comma 8.1, like this we can pass, and we can calculate the area of a triangle. So to the triangle I am passing constants 2.3, 8.5. You will see this 2.5 will be passed to base and 8.1 is passed to height. It will calculate the area of a triangle and prints on the monitor. See, let me show you the execution. Okay, similarly you can also read the values from keyboard and you can pass. That depends upon your requirement. So we can say enter base and what height, like this we can read from keyboard, let's say. So what we can say that double base is equal to, we can write like this, no problem. Okay, so that is what kb dot next double. Okay, next double, this is what happens. Similarly I read another value, that is what I can say, right, now height I'm going to write height is equal to next double. Okay, now I am going to call the method triangle. Okay, triangle I am going to pass what base variable and height variable. That's it, finished. Okay, now okay, so therefore I can run the program. So base is passed to the base and here height is passed to what height. Clear? So one thing that you remember, please, these argument names and the parameter names need not to be the same. It can be different also. I can also write here x, y, and you can pass here x and y to the base and height. Okay, so these parameter name and this passing argument name may not be the same. That is what you have to remember, right? Fine, let me run the program. Now it's asking enter the base and height. I'm going to enter the base. Base is equal to, let me say that 6.7, and height is equal to, I can give on the next line also 9.8, and I'm getting area is equal to 32.83. Okay, so this is how you can pass either constants or you can pass what this particular thing. Fine. So this is the second program that I have given, right? Now let me give you another program, please. Another program. Okay, fine. So I'm going to paste this particular program. Now I would like to give some practice question. Practice problems. Or the first problem that I'm going to give here, it is, okay, write a method to calculate, okay, calculate area of circle and, okay, perimeter of circle, okay, circle, using parameterized methods, please. Okay, if you want, I'll give you the method signatures like this, public, okay, like what, public static void, I can say that circle, one method which takes what circle. To calculate area of circle, what you have tried, please? To calculate area of circle, what we have to pass to the circle method? Radius. Therefore here we are going to say that double, okay, double radius you have to pass. Okay, similarly you have tried another method called as what, perimeter, like this. The method name we are going to change to what, perimeter, and here to calculate the perimeter of a circle also we have to pass what you have to pass, radius you have to pass. Okay, so here you have tried the code for calculating the area. Okay, in the main you have to call the in the main you have to read the radius and call the circle method and perimeter. Is it okay? Right, that is the first one. Next, now I mean to say is okay, write a method to write a method that takes, okay, two numbers, okay, two numbers, and print biggest. Print what? Biggest. So the biggest of two numbers. Okay, so therefore how you write the method? So let me say that how can we write the method means, let me copy paste here. What is the method name? Method name that we write here, it is method name you write is biggest, like this. Okay, so therefore you write a method is biggest, and this method should take how many numbers? Two numbers. Therefore we write here integer x comma integer y, okay, and write down the biggest of two numbers. Clear? Right. Then I can also write number 3. I can also give you the another method, okay. So what happens here it is, okay, write a method that takes okay, write a method name. I will give you method name, let's say print message, okay. Write a method print message that takes, okay, one message and n, that takes, okay, takes a message and n, okay. Then print write a code in the method to print okay, message for n times. Got it? So let me tell you that. For example, I can write here okay, the same method I am going to write. Please, here I copy paste here. Right. What's the method name? Print message method we are going to write here. Okay, message, that is what you have to write. And that takes what? Message and what? N. What is message? Message is a string variable. Therefore, you create one string variable. String, what is that? Is message. And then you take n variable. N is nothing but a number. Therefore, you can take n here. Okay, n. Now what we can do here it is, let's say n. Okay. Now write the code. Here write the code. Okay. Write code to print a message for, okay, for n times. Means you have to write the for loop to print this particular thing. Now in the main method, how to call the this one is, for example, I write constant. Okay. For example, okay, Java, okay, Java language, okay. Then how many times I want to print? 10 times, like this. So Java language will be printed for 10 times because message we are passing is Java language and 10 times it is. Okay. Or I can also say that I can print any message that you can print. For example, I want to print my name for okay, 5 times. Therefore, I write my name, okay, V Mallikarjun, okay, Mallikarjun. Then I would like to print for, okay, some 5 times. Therefore, 5. Like this. So whichever the message that you pass and what the number that you pass, those many number of times the message will be printed. Like that, you have to write the method. Okay, these are the practice programs that you practice. Okay, fine. So here I am stopping this particular video. Okay.